Welcome to Quick Query Critique. I'm Marla Miller from marlamiller.com, offering our 44th or 45th Quick Query Critique from very rainy Southern California. I hope that it's sunny someplace in this world, because it isn't here, and we're spoiled, or at least I am. Okay, I'm going to do this with a cough drop in my mouth because I still have a tickle, so excuse me if I hack in the query letter. I'm not going to stop it because I want to get through a couple of these today. Okay, here we go. Dear Blank, I am seeking representation for my completed 48,000 word young adult novel. It's colder than an ice monkey out here. Sneerly J, an Army sergeant, travels to Alaska, a tour he is initially excited about until he journeys there and finds nothing but trouble. Beginning with his, that's right, oh, that's better, okay. Beginning with his flight there. Hardly settling into his assignment, he is given a mission along with a team of mechanics to retrieve a broken down vehicle left behind by an engineering outfit during one of its training missions. In lieu of that mission, he is given an unusually secret mission by a psychotic commanding general to retrieve an item he lost while on a different training mission. Sneerly and his team run into all sorts of strange situations as they journey to northern Alaska. They get a real true feel of the Alaskan wilderness as they also encounter some wickedly strange creatures along the way. Sneerly and his team are successful at accomplishing both missions. However, when they return to base, Sneerly finds this assignment is colder than an ice monkey. When he confides in Master Sergeant Tuffman, his boss, about the secret assignment he receives from General Johnson. Recently, I completed an extensive 12-week course with author Blank, whose guidance was invaluable in revising this work. I also earned a Breaking into Print certificate from Blank Writers Group in 2009. Thank you for your time and consideration. I look forward to hearing from you. Okay, and this writer hails from Wisconsin, so I'm not going to complain about the weather. Okay. What do I think of this? Well, I don't put the agents that they're pitching to, but in this letter he has an agent in the upper left, and but he says the name of the agent and then comma editor. I know this agent very well. She's not an editor; she's an agent. So I know that this is just a draft, but please, people, when you are sending your query letters, make sure that every I is dotted and T is crossed. You've done your research, and everything on that query letter is double and triple checked before you send it, because I will guarantee you, I happen to know this agent quite well, if she got that, she'd be pissed, and I think it would affect the way that she read that letter. Now, having said that, it probably wouldn't matter whether it was agent or editor, because do you know what this story is about? I don't know what this story is about. In the second paragraph, and it's worth you taking a look at it on my site. In the second paragraph, he has the word mission 5 times. He also has the word there in one sentence twice, like 6 words apart. I don't know what it's about. I honestly don't know what it's about. I don't know if the commanding general is General Johnson. If it is General Johnson, who he mentions by name in the 3rd paragraph, then let's identify this guy when you first introduce him. So, commanding general, a psychotic commanding General Johnson to retrieve an item or something like that. Okay. So then, when he says the word commander, we know, it's the psychotic commander. Okay. Because he also has Master Sergeant Tuffman, which is kind of a cute name, because remember, this is a young adult novel. It's colder than an ice monkey out here, and I don't know, for some reason I'm having real trouble with that title. I'm having trouble actually saying it. I don't know what that means. In terms of the young adult novel being 48,000 words, it sounds a little short to me, but I'm not an expert in that, and I don't offer that kind of advice here. I'm assuming that you know your genres, you know what the book lengths of your genres are. If you don't, you should. Because if 48,000 words is too short for a YA, then that's going to be another reason why this agent, who was called an editor, won't read any further than the first sentence. And I don't mind. I don't mean to sound cynical or cruel. I mean, you know that I don't. But if you don't hear it from me, you're probably not going to hear from them, because they don't send you bad news. They only send good news, usually. It's rare that agents these days will give you any kind of feedback unless they see the potential and they want to perhaps encourage you to resubmit when you've worked it out. I don't think that would happen here in this letter, because in terms of the content of this letter. So I don't know. They meet all kinds of strange people and run into strange situations on their journey to northern Alaska. They get a real true feel of the Alaskan wilderness. If they get a true feel of the Alaskan wilderness, what do you think I'm going to say next? Show, don't tell. So if the Alaskan wilderness is really germane to this, and again, it's for a YA audience and they like that kind of stuff, that kind of adventure. If there's something that you can wrap part of this query letter around that has to do with his conflict in the wilderness, I would do that. I wouldn't tell me that you're gonna offer that in your 48,000 word novel. I would show it. How? That's up to you. Query letters aren't easy, folks. Okay. What else? And that's really all I'm going to say about this. Oh, the last paragraph, and this happened in the last query letter too. This author goes on to pat himself on the back in terms of what he's done. Cool, very cool. But again, if you're working with authors that are known, I don't personally know the name that he listed here, doesn't ring a bell with me, but that doesn't mean anything. I would make sure that the prose in that query letter reflect the fact that I have worked with a well-known author who has helped me improve my prose. And I would encourage this author especially to go to Catherine Ryan Hyde's website, because she has, of her 16 novels, I think maybe 10 are YA. She's the queen of YA. She knows what she's doing. She gives lots of tutorial. She offers lots of information. So Catherine Ryan Hyde, it's all one word.com. She's all over my website. She's an incredibly generous author and incredibly successful, and she knows this genre. So I would encourage this author and any of you who are writing YA to link up with Catherine. And that's it for this query letter. Until we meet again, keep writing, be well, and stay dry.